Hello YouTube, it is your boy GZTV back for another video. Man, it went down this episode. This episode was crazy. There's a couple of deaths actually this episode. While we are here, this is the first video of the day. The second is going to be a movie review for The Stir of Echoes. By the way, I don't know if our school internet's been bugging out. I don't know if I've been laggy. If I have been, I apologize. But we have Whoever Did This, which is the 48th episode of the show. It's the 9th of the show's 4th season. We're getting crazy. Like, the gears are just churning on this show now. It's going wild. A lot of crazy shit is happening. Let's just get into it. We got to talk about what happened, and then there's a couple of deaths in this episode that are huge for the series moving forward. A very impactful character dies here. It's crazy. So, Junior is hospitalized with a concussion after a boom mic sends him falling down the courthouse steps. I thought that was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. It's obviously not funny to laugh at someone getting hurt, but Junior, I don't know, it was just so funny. He was like, "Hi, how are you?" to the reporter, and then all of a sudden a boom mic just smacks him in the face and he falls. He soon recovers and enjoys his hospital stay as a respite from the RICO trial. He's got to live this up, because once he's out of here, once they can find an excuse to get him back in a court and get him back on trial, he's probably screwed. They have a lot of things against him. But, if his health is bad enough, this could be a mistrial, obviously. So yeah, Tony recognizes this as a potential advantage and convinces Junior to feign dementia during his competencies hearings. On purpose, act fucking stupid. Obviously, maybe they're going to bring a lie detector or something out. I don't know. They're going to try to get him back on trial, because obviously this is one of the biggest court cases in the area, probably. But he gives a good performance, but begins exhibiting actual signs of dementia in private. He's actually demented. He actually has dementia. So, yeah. It's not like he's going to have to fake it at all. This is probably going to get a mistrial if he keeps acting like this. So anyway, Ralphie's 12-year-old son Justin is hit in the chest with an arrow while play acting The Lord of the Rings with a friend, resulting in significant blood loss and brain damage. I don't know how the hell this happened. I don't know how the hell you let your kids play with actual arrows. That's just a wild thing to happen. I thought it was a prank at first when they first showed him lying on the ground with an arrow in his chest, but it was actually real, I guess. What the fuck happened here? It was such a weird situation there. That was such a weird storyline to even include. And it doesn't matter anymore because of the death of one of the characters. But while delivering some cash to Tony, Ralphie cries openly. He's obviously super upset at this. He feels kind of failed as a father. That he let his kids do this. He let his kids go out in the backyard and play with a fucking actual bow and arrow. But expressing a desire for some kind of redemption, he meets with Father Phil and establishes a scholarship at Rutgers in Jackie Jr.'s name to kind of honor him, because now he knows how Roe feels. Now he can kind of feel some sympathy. He's had a complete change of heart towards this woman. Nothing else has really gone right for him relationship-wise, so he might as well try to reconcile things. Sorry, I gotta wipe off my mouse pad. I just woke up literally a half hour ago. Sorry. But, yeah, this is the first time Ralphie's really expressed himself openly and cried. He feels he kind of seems like a prideful man, a normal, manly person. But, everyone sympathizes with him except Polly. Polly does not like this guy, obviously. His mother recently received a traumatic prank phone call, and Polly correctly suspects that it was from Ralphie retaliating against him for ratting him out to Johnny. So, yeah, again, Polly hates him even more now because he knows that he prank called his mother. It's not a big deal, but some of the stuff that Ralphie said on the phone was fucking insane, so I guess it is kind of a big deal at the end of the day. So, anyway, at the stables, a fire breaks out, apparently caused by faulty electrical wiring. They say that at first, but Tony kind of puts two and two together and figures out what happened. But Pyomai is badly burned and has to be euthanized. She survived, but she's so badly burnt she can't continue with competitions. She can't continue to live a normal life, so they decide to put her down, obviously. So Tony is devastated and immediately suspects Ralphie, later confronting him at his home over the suspicious timing of the fire. The $200,000 insurance payout would cover Justin's medical bills. So yeah, maybe he's wanted to kill this horse, so the insurance paid for that, gave him some of the money to pay for Justin, which is understandable, but like, you have the money to pay off medical bills. Like, you are a well-known mobster. Like, what are you doing, dude? You're a made man, and you're gonna kill your horse and kill Tony's horse to an extent because he's paid some money towards it just to pay off. I don't know. It's weird. So Ralphie vehemently denies the accusation, but their argument escalates into a physical fight, culminating in Tony strangling Ralphie to death. So he's the huge death in this episode, and what a change, what a turn of events. This was kind of insane, actually, like that they actually did this in the episode. They killed Ralphie. That's kind of crazy. But Tony calls Christopher for help. He arrives late and high on heroin once again. I mean, drugs are really getting to this man for real. So, yeah. Tony never outright admits to Christopher that he killed Ralphie, and Christopher never expresses outright suspicion. So it's kind of an up in the air situation. It's kind of awkward, honestly. But together, they dismember Ralphie's body in his bathtub with a meat cleaver and meticulously clean the place before leaving. Obviously, you gotta clean the place, you gotta clear up any evidence, and they get out of there. They bury his severed head, toupee, and hands on a farm, which is funny because no one ever knew that he wore a toupee until Christopher was like gonna drag his head up, and he pulled his toupee off. But he's wearing a weave. That's actually crazy. But they bury his body parts on a farm. They throw like his limb, like his hands, feet, stuff like that, and then they throw the rest of his body off a cliff into the water below and into a flooded quarry where no one's going to be able to find it. The body sinks, all that stuff. So after the disposal, they clean up at the Bada Bing, where Tony passes out and wakes up alone the following morning. Not really sure where Christopher is. It's kind of a weird situation, but yeah. Getting into the deaths, obviously Pile Mai and several other horses were killed in a stable fire. The cause is deemed accidental by the fire marshal. I mean, I feel like the fire marshal should know what he's talking about, but at the same time, I mean, I guess Tony let his emotions get in the way. He let his gripes towards Ralphie get in the way, and speaking of Ralph S4E9 was beaten and strangled to death by Tony Soprano due to suspicion that he caused the fire that killed Pile Mai. I mean, he was already showing like a small amount of sympathy for the horse. Now he's going to kill her in the fire. Ralphie denies this, but also, due to his murder of Tracy, the 20-year-old stripper Ralph kills in the university episode, there's a couple of things kind of building up. Tony realizes this guy's a piece of shit, so he needs to take action. His body is then dismembered and decapitated with the help of Christopher Moltisanti, so we won't be hearing from him anymore, and that'll probably make Polly happy. I don't know about everyone else. Ralph S4E9 kind of has his own crew. And to be fair, he was a huge earner for Tony, so it's kind of surprising that Tony would decide to kind of do this. But yeah, I mean, the title refers to Tony using the phrase whoever did this when discussing with Christopher who exactly was responsible for Ralphie's death. It's kind of funny. What else? When Tony confronts Ralph about the fire, he asks him about Corky Iannucci. Tony believes Ralph hired him to start the stable fire. Corky was also apparently used by Silvio to help blow up Vesuvio. So, sorry, I'm kind of blanking out. But I'm out, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna do some other stuff. I'm actually gonna start watching the next episode of The Sopranos. Get a decent way through it. Start to make some progress in that. Probably go to lunch. I gotta get time to wake up before I do some fucking homework. So, there's that. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.